Changes to the Endangered Species Act could put Hawaii plants and animals at risk, while giving more weight to economics and developments affecting habitats. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and reports on the next steps. Gina?
Well, I found out Hawaii environmental advocates are already preparing to go to court, while some in Hawaii's congressional delegation aim to block the changes. The U.S. Department of the Interior said this week it's changing how the nearly 50-year-old Endangered Species Act is enforced. A cost-benefit analysis will now go into deciding whether a species should be saved, and anything classified as threatened will be stripped of protections that currently mirror endangered species.
We'll ensure that ESA implementation is more clear and consistent across agencies. I cannot stress enough that a more efficiently implemented act is more effective.
But we've found out legal and congressional challenges from Hawaii are already being teed up to challenge the new rules.
We're going to be headed back to court. We're combing through them, making sure that we line up the strongest arguments to point out to the court why many of these proposals have already been ruled by the courts to be illegal, to be contrary to the letter of the law.
Hawaii's congressional delegation aims to take on the changes from another angle.
The Trump administration, they don't have the power to overrule the will of Congress. They can't change the law. The quicker we can get them off the books, the better it's going to be for Hawaii's more than 500 endangered and threatened species. We are the endangered species capital of the nation, and if we don't protect our natural heritage here, we're going to lose it forever.
Some of the biggest risks are to plants and animals that are troubled but have not yet been classified as endangered, hanging on by a thread as threatened classifications.
Species like our green sea turtles, species like the Newell shearwater. Right now, those species have protection, the same level of protection as endangered species. You can't kill them, you can't harm them, you can't harass them. Under the Trump proposal, any species in the future that's listed as threatened will have no protection at all.
The rule changes also have the potential to encroach on or eliminate areas where species live, breed, and feed without the current mandate to replace it, similar or better elsewhere.
Basically, you could destroy any portion of this essential recovery habitat. Let's say our beaches, which are threatened by climate change and rising ocean levels. That harms our monk seals, which need those beaches to pull up on to have their pups. It harms our threatened and endangered sea turtles, which need those beaches to lay their eggs.
As for impacts on situations where growth and development collide with environmental concerns, the new rules would let economics play a role.
Whether a species is endangered or threatened is a scientific decision. It's based on the science, not based on economics, not based on a popularity contest. Once you start throwing the dollars and cents around, you create a whole different way of looking at protecting species where, they're on the auction block, and how much do you care about it to save it?
The DLNR says of the federal rule changes, we are obviously concerned, and although they say they're uncertain about changes at the national level, they say Hawaii has some of the most protective endangered species state laws, and these protections will not be affected. And I'll follow up on the status of any legal action and what tactics Congress takes to try to reverse the administration's rule changes. Back to you.
Thanks, Gina. The new rules at the federal level come just as critical environmental reviews in Hawaii are underway that affect Hawaii's endangered native bats. Two different Maui wind farm companies say the devices are on pace to kill or harm far more bats than originally projected before the facilities were built. They're each seeking to raise the allowable kill limit 4 and 5 times above the state-approved level. The windmill companies say they still plan mitigation efforts and don't anticipate adverse impacts to the species, and even that they'll provide a net benefit to the species.